and I met a SATMAR chassid. Now listen to the story of the Rebbe's Chassid Alayni, the DIVREI YOEL. Listen to this story. He comes over to me, he says, I heard what you do. You teach parents to be makar of their kids. He says, I want to tell you a story from 50 plus years ago. My brother, he tells me, was off the derech. But the way it used to be. He was dating Italian shiksas. He joined the police force. He had he was like a real shaygitz, And my father didn't know what to do, and he went to the DIVREI YOEL, and he says, and he took me, I think he said 16, and I went with him into the Rebbe's Chassid Alayni to find out, Ma yaseh ma ben, what he's supposed to do. Everybody knows the DIVREI YOEL was very sharp, right? DIVREI YOEL told him, be makar of him, and be makar of him, and be makar of him, be his best friend. Don't be merachek him at all. He tells me, my father, mamish, listened to the Rebbe, and he mamish was makar of my brother. He says, ad kedei kach, even though he was in the police force, even though he had an Italian shiksa, he was makar of and makar of and makar of. Ad kedei kach, my brother came up with this zany idea that he wants to be a truck driver, he wants to have a truck. Now, a truck is not a Jewish car. We go up to minivan, right? Up to minivan is very, very Jewish. Afterwards, a truck, not a Jewish vehicle. Now it's a little bit, now we have some, right? But years ago, we're talking about 50 plus years ago. He said, my father went ahead and borrowed, he didn't have a prita. He said, I didn't have a penny. He borrowed $5,000, okay, to go ahead and to be the one to put the money in my brother's hand, buy it from Tati. Said my father borrowed it, $5,000 in those days. It was a lot of money. It was like today, $50,000. He said that he borrowed to give it to him. What's the end of the story? He became frum, became erlich, built a family. Today he's a grandfather of Hasidic children in Einiklach, a beautiful mishpacha. But here's the point. He says years later, he tells me when I met him, he said just last year, a year and a half ago, my father was nifter. Before he was nifter, he was very, very sick. And of all the kids, a big mishpacha. When a SATMAR person tells you a big mishpacha, it means a big mishpacha. Okay? Out of all the children, all the son-in-laws and daughter-in-laws and grandchildren, the one who was there for my father the most was this brother. For example, nobody wants to be in the hospital, but especially Shabbos, especially Yontif. It was a 3-day Yontif. Right away he said, I'll do it. He carried my father, he changed my father, he was mishamish my father, he was there. And my sister tells him, you're taking care of Tati because you feel guilty about the agmas nefesh that you gave him? He says, guilt? I don't feel guilty. I'm taking care of Tati because I know he loves me more than all of you put together. Right? Now listen to this. He tells me a few days before my father died, he had no koyach to talk. He didn't talk to anybody except this child, this brother. When he would come in, Tati, whatever, and he would talk to him a few words. That's what it means to build a nafshik shura b'nafshik relationship with these kids. They will take care of you. They will be the ones changing you. When you have round-the-clock nurses and you say, who paid for that? It's going to be the kip. They're the ones with the biggest heart. And they have such appreciation for the parents who are willing to borrow money, a lot of money, to help them. They may not say it today. One day they're going to look back and say, wow, you were always there for me. Tati and Mami were always there for me. That's what the DIVREI YOEL said. That's what the Rebbe's Chassid Alayni said. That's what the tzaddikim are saying. Don't drop your kid. Don't drop your kid. And if you have an opportunity to prove to your kid, I am with you, even though he didn't borrow the money to buy his kid a shas. He borrowed the money for a truck, which he did not wish that he would be driving. Where they are, you support them, good things could happen. Right? That's what we have to remember. At the end of the day, they get older, we get older. Don't drop your kid.